Chris Klieman's the head coach at Kansas State, and he has kindly woken up this morning to join us so that we could acknowledge him and his team for their amazing effort this weekend and congratulate them on being Cheez-It Bowl Team of the Week. I don't have the clicker in my hand. There it is. Now it's official because it's on the screen. And good morning, Coach Klieman. Thank you for joining us.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting times in the Little Apple right now. Bouncing back from a loss with a win like that certainly heals wounds. How are you guys feeling after Saturday's win?
Probably beat up a little bit from a physical game. I haven't seen them yet. They're in the weight room with our strength staff. We give them off on Sunday, and we have our meetings starting today. But a lot better this week on a Monday than last week.
Absolutely. And so when you went into this past weekend's game, coming off a tough loss, what is your message to the team? Because I'm sure it's easy to be down in the dumps after losing a game maybe you didn't expect, but certainly whatever you said, they responded.
Well, credit to our players. I don't think they ever hit the panic button. We didn't as coaches. We feel we have a really good football team here. But you guys know it. In college football, it becomes 12 one-week seasons, and anybody can beat anybody. And I think a lot of people find that out on a week-to-week basis, that you better have your A game and you better prepare and know that you're going to get everybody's best shot.
You're certainly no stranger to successful football programs with the multiple national championships at North Dakota State before you headed down to Kansas State. So I guess by that, I mean, you can identify what a world-class team looks like and what types of things make a championship program. What are you seeing at Kansas State so far that has you feeling good about the direction the program's heading?
Yeah, part of it is our locker room, our senior leadership, our leadership council. We've got about 23 guys that I visit with and meet with and talk about the pulse of the team. And even though they were disappointed the week before, they were excited about the challenge of going into Norman. We've had success in Norman before, and a number of those kids were on that trip. Some of them played substantially. Some of them were just on the trip, but I don't think we're afraid of the environment, and it was a phenomenal environment. And our kids, had a great week of preparation. And I think our fast start was something really critical to us, considering we didn't play great the week before, to get off to a 14-0 lead. And I know that ended up getting tied at one point, but never did we trail. And I thought that was really big for our guys to know that we can play with the best when we're playing our best. And hopefully our guys take a little fuel from that to say, if we play with that kind of energy and passion and emotion week in and week out, that we can have a special season.
Yeah, so the win was Kansas State's 11th all-time over an AP top 10 team, 5th time on the road. Kansas State actually has a win over a top 25 team 4 of the last 6 seasons, including 3 of Coach Klieman's 4. You had Adrian Martinez and Deuce Vaughn both went over 100 yards rushing over the weekend, which was the first time K-State had 200-yard rushers since the 2017 Cactus Bowl. What is it? How's comforting is it, I guess, to go in knowing you've got 2 playmakers like that on that side of the ball?
Well, that was critical for us to be able to get Adrian going. And we did some design runs for him early on just to get him comfortable. And then when you have Deuce and Adrian back there together, I think they complement each other so well, because it's hard to defend them both. They both had over 100 yards, like you said. Adrian had some big time runs on scrambles as well as design quarterback runs. And then Deuce Vaughn, I still think is a very underrated kid that is one of the best players in college football. And Oklahoma's got a really good defense and some really good players on defense that he made miss in space that was really helped us. But just having those 2 guys back there kind of opens up some of the passing game as well. So it was good to get both those guys rolling in the same game.
Coach, I'm curious too, as someone who took over for such a legendary coach at the program where you're at, I imagine there's this sentiment coming in of kind of having a reputation to uphold. How have you felt easing into the coaching games at Bill Snyder's Family Stadium and kind of carrying on that legacy?
It's interesting. You coach at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. You're on Bill Snyder Highway. There's a statue that we walk past when we come into the stadium. But all those things that we have and the facilities we have are due to the success Bill had. And it was the greatest turnaround in college football history. And that's not to be denied. And we embrace that. And we're appreciative of the fact of everybody that played for Coach and built this great place. And we're trying to continue to uphold that legacy and build on that legacy. And, we want to keep Kansas State on the map. And right now, with the landscape of college football changing as it is, with conference realignment and what's going on next, we need to continue to have K-State be a part of the haves and be a part of the conversations of, and these guys are a program and a team that can be reckoned with year in and year out. And so wins like this obviously really help that from recruiting as well as just through the landscape of college football.
So before I let you go, for the next scout we've got headed to Manhattan, whoever and whenever that is, what's the thing you got to do when you go to a K-State game to get the most out of your experience?
No, well, the tailgates are phenomenal here, and probably should go down to Aggieville. But if you go down to Aggieville, you may not make it to the game. You can have a pretty good time down there. But come back, go to Aggieville, come back, go to the tailgates, and be in the stadium early, because our band and our student section overtake the right behind the visitors bench. It's a great atmosphere, and it's truly a college town and a college atmosphere.
Well, Coach, thank you again for getting up early and making some time to meet with our selection committee this morning. It was really a pleasure talking with you. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think we've all got November 26th, Kansas State circled on our calendars now, and we look forward to the showdown at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. So thank you again, and good luck this season, Coach.
Appreciate it. Long time before then, and we've been up here for about 2.5 hours, so all is good.
Perfect.
Take care.
Well, thank you. Have a great week, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks.